Welcome guys, welcome, we're back again. It's Worldly Wednesday, so it's just a World's Wednesday with us today. Worldly Wednesday, we'll sort of play other space 4Xs, but I love this game. I just absolutely love it. It's such an amazing simulation, space simulation. There's nothing else like it. It's it's just so rich and detailed, and of course you can automate absolutely everything, so you don't have to be sort of completely stuck with whatever you're doing. We actually have this is all of the fighters that have just actually left and the bombers that have just left the big carrier that's just come in here. So this is the orangutans library, and we're just moving in now. They're attacking the artist palace, which will be that one there, which is a resort base. So they're going into the resort station. What are you attacking? You're attacking the artist research station, which I think is there. So that's actually moved in. This is very close where they've actually bounced in. This is the actual target. This is one we have to then go and do. We're fighting the Atuuks, which are sort of like a fairly unintelligent faction in the game. And so we're sort of, this is actually like a mission that we had to do. So we've got like a mission up through here, war mission, destroy enemy research station. So that's what we're getting up to in here at this particular point in time. Against the Sioux administrative clans, the Sioux are the Atuuks. And so the Atuuks actually declared war against us. Now we've got -1 war weariness. They actually don't have any war weariness at the moment. It's early days yet. Now we're trying to get high power blasters. Still 5 years away for those, and we do want to keep on sort of rattling through this. What's the cost of that? High power blasters here is going to cost me to crash research the program 140, so I'm not that far off. I will crash that research as soon as I possibly can, meaning that we'll halve the time and also then secure it against any sort of accidents that may happen during the research phase. Anyway, that's sort of where we are with this particular fight. This will be a one-sided fight in the system. So these small craft are just sort of leaving. They do sort of end up with their own targets. The big carrier is coming in and has been sort of set to keep maximum distance away, but it's actually part of a major, like another fleet, and the other fleet is on its way. I'll just get everything back up to the north, just so we've got the context. So we actually have like they've got defense forces flowing around. It's a bit hard to sort of, the colors are fairly similar, the green and the sort of brown. This brown color is the Atuuks. I'll keep them their own color at this stage. I think this war won't last very long, I don't think. Actually, who have we got on board? That one. Oh, this is the research station that we actually had targeted before. There is a scientist on board. He's a good scientist, actually. I'm going to definitely try to get him on board and corrupt him. He's got some really good advantages there, actually. It's worth actually talking about this. There's all sorts of other things going on. Let's have a quick look and see. This is the Atuuk territories, back in through this other side over here. So they control this, and they also control this as well, I think, yeah. They've got this section through here. We control, our home world is here, but we control all of this out to here. And so the Takama system is sort of like our furthest sort of outpost, but we also have another outpost over through here in the Nythos system, and also the Draconia system. We've got a mining operation at Draconia, which we have to protect very securely. This is Zentabia fluid, the only source of this incredible resource in the known galaxy. And so it's 24% colony development there, 10% colony happiness, 50% troop recovery rate, and 3% plague curing. If that makes it to various planets, then that's the bonus we're going to be getting from the Zentabia fluid. So we have a small fleet here, just the 7th Defense Fleet, which is here just to protect this one planet. So that's actually that's probably the most important planet in the game at this stage. There will be others, like there's 3 major resources in the game, as in these ones that are like super resources. If I can get my hands on another one, that would be awesome, but I don't know where they are. There's like spice, like on Arrakis, like Dune. Like so, there's like a Dune world, which will be a desert world, which will actually have spice on it, and then there's also a marsh world somewhere that will actually have a loris fruit on it. So they'll have this sort of special fruit. The 3 resources are the Zentabia fluid coming from volcanic worlds, And so we could build an outpost here, but then we need to defend it on the ground, and it will then drain more money. So I'm just going to keep the mining operation there. We took Nythos just so we had legal control over this one. This was actually an Atuuk world, which we want the Atuuks essentially to end up sort of being subjugated to us. At the moment, we're taking over most of their stations. So in their actual homeworld, we control a lot of the resources in their homeworld. So when there's actually a threat coming in, you can see that there's a red line coming in. That means that there's actually a threat that we're aware of. So this little group in through here, which has only got 3 ships, and they're actually out of fuel, so they're not really a threat at all. But they're targeting one of their stations that is back over this other side, this mining station in through here, where there's actually a lot of different luxuries and so on and so forth. Actually, not just all luxuries. They're actually all construction resources. And so when the war finishes, the Atuuks, this is their homeworld here, they sort of need to buy the stuff off me, and we're playing as a mercantile guild, so we're just cornering the market. That's really all we're doing in here. So I'm just going through with my forces, like I've got another one in through this other side where we do actually have, there's a mining station that we've got. So this is the second. Now these are set to defend at this point in time, but I can also tell them to go and take over if we don't control everything. Like this one here, for example, this is one where they get Kaisian crystals. Not really important. Nothing is being built with Kaisian crystal just yet. That's sort of like more of a late game resource. What else do we have over here? This is also more of their mining resources. They have Tiderius, again, not really a major thing. This one through here will be their source of steel. So they're mining this operation here. Silicon is actually really important, and steel as well. Like they will ultimately need to I should try to control these as well, I think. So what I might do, actually, what else do we have? So we haven't cornered everything in through here. They've got a lot of steel here. Like we haven't taken any of those. These are all mining stations. I'll just try to find the one that's actually mining the world. Well, this world, what does it have? It's got Mebna, steel, and Caprica. Again, the actual world itself is just like a large part of the asteroid belt. So this is not important to me, but the silicon is actually a bit more of a specialized resource. I'm just going to grab the second fleet and just tell them to come back down in here, and they can take over this particular this mining station here, which is got the silicon. So this is the silicon mine. So we'll capture the CO6 mining station. So we'll just go and grab that one through there. Hi, Boland, a 42 deposit is very nice. I often find 7 to 11 in of the super luxuries. Yes, it's incredibly good. It's sort of funny because I really do have it everywhere. Like this is the Zentabia fluid, so it's not really a big. It's not something that I desperately need. What they're tending to do is to move from Draconia through to Nythos. Nythos itself has now got like a big market in here. If we have a look at their resources and then scroll down to the luxuries and go down to Zentabia fluid, you'll see there they've got a lot more on hand than what they actually need to maintain their own, what they actually have. And there's not a hell of a lot being reserved, which means there's not a lot being sort of transported away from this world. Now, the only real reason that the other is interesting. This is the amount of resource that is reserved for pickup by other empires. So we are trading this, and I don't mind doing that because we are a mercantile guild. Hi, Sev, how are you going? So we'll just sort of keep on going with that one. I'll just make sure that I am live everywhere. I just haven't heard anyone at all yet on YouTube. Yeah, no, we are. That's okay. All right, so we'll just go back into here. Actually, I might just leave it on that one and then just go back in. So, yeah, anyway, as I was saying before, an incredibly good game, this one. Right, so we have... Oh, hang on, what have we got here? This is actually another one. This is actually... At Nythos, we actually have a large... This is an Atuuk fleet destroyer that they've got, which is actually an old pirate destroyer. So this one is actually coming in at the moment. They've got an admiral on board and also two admirals on board. Well, again, I want those. I want them. So, and we've got other ships in through here as well. So this is actually just the 8th Strike Force. which is it spread out? No, it's not too bad actually. But these have just come in. What are they doing? There's no mission there, so they're just going to be sort of like protecting themselves. These are the Atuuk ships. They look great. They look incredibly good. I think we might just see if we can take that one straight down. So let's just go and get the 8th. The 8th is only a small fleet. Is that one still okay? Yeah, that one's okay. So we'll just get the 8th and we'll actually destroy this thing. So we'll just go and attack the Assured Desolation. If I can capture those 2 admirals, that again would be good in terms of the war scores and things that we'll then end up having. Might have to make this into a larger fleet at some point, just because we sort of are a little bit exposed there. I'm mainly leaving these fleets for invasions and just to sort of protect what we have. The 3rd fleet is the one that was going in against that scientist. So the scientist that's the research station there. So this scientist is someone would be great to have on our side. It's funny because the Atuuks aren't generally good at science, but in this case, this would be great to actually get this one. So yeah, so we definitely destroy this one and then do the capture. If we have a look at, well, should we have a look at our characters and our own scientists? We've only got 1 at the moment. So, and you can see they're nowhere near as good as that Atuuk scientist. So, getting a 2nd scientist in would be amazingly good. Funny, I thought we had more than 1. Yeah, it would be good to get another one. And just thinking about what else we need to do with that. What we'll find is that we can't do certain things, like gravitic weapons we can't do because we're Harkonish and we have a better vortex bomb there anyway. Actually, is that worth going for? It does an area blast. It doesn't do enough damage per second. It does have shield and armor bypass though. Yeah, no, I won't worry about it. We've got like extended. These are the deal breaker beams version 2. These aren't bad. They're like the 6 years away to get those. This would be nice to get. We don't have to rush that though. Accelerated projectiles. I'm just trying to see whether there's something here like ship defense systems. This one here we can't do because we don't have enough threshold in troop research. And so we need 40%, we've only got 26, so that's a long way off. But getting that scientist would help with that. So it may open up other things. In fact, we're doing pretty well here. I thought that there was research that we were going to struggle with, but I think we're actually all right. But high density alloys there, that's just going to give me better armor. Everything else is looking pretty good where we actually are. So Sev is saying, yes, we're here too. There we go. Thank you, Sev. And Poland's saying, I'm chatting here, watching on YouTube as usual. Yep, okay. For now, I shall remain here as it seems Twitch is behaving. That's good. It is probably hit a good ingest distribution server. A Prophet Joe saying the scientists defected to the Atuuk. No, they didn't. I don't think. I don't think there's any scientists that would be over there from our side. I don't know why we've only got 1. I think that's just been unlucky. We can have a look to see where there may be scientists that have been captured. If we just go and exit the research here and just go back. But I do want that scientist. I want to actually get him and then corrupt him to our side, to the dark side. But if we go across into diplomacy, so if there was one that went across to these guys, we would sort of find it if we went to speak with them and then negotiate a deal. You can see down through there that there's actually a spy. What have they got there? We've got one of their generals. They've got one of our spies. So there's a spy down through that side. That's the only character that they have. So we can just go from like Komarachis. I don't think that they've actually been able to capture anything. If we just go in and negotiate a deal, yeah, there's no characters there. Other ones we've been at war with have been at war with this one. If we go and speak with them, negotiate a deal, they've got no one captured. The Famulus Polymathia, this is the most likely one where there would be. negotiate a deal. And nope, there's nothing else there as well. So there's, I think we've captured, yeah, we've got a couple of their generals, like a general and an admiral. So we've actually got a few of their units that are in through here. They will declare war against us again at some point. The Shiite Unity, we've been at war with them. Again, nothing there. Nothing really to trade with them. And that's it. Like the Rheingold, we've sought, like they like us, but they're subjugated to the Famulus Polymathia. So if we go and have a look at them, again, there's nothing much there. There's just bases that we could actually sort of offload if we needed to. They may have bases as well that would sort of want to come back the other way. It's funny, they'll actually go and oh, sorry, no, this is us. This would be us giving them tech. I was just thinking, oh, they're gonna swap tech with us, but no, because they're our friendliest group. We need to sort of somehow knock the Famulus Polymathia out of the game when we do go to war with them. We're going to have to sort of become quite aggressive, I think, probably not the next war, but the war after that. Anyway, there's nothing much we can really do there. So the rest of the Third Fleet will arrive soon enough, and they'll just continue attacking that research station. So Kai is out saying, which ancient Earth leader was kidnapped by the Atuuk to help them lead to the stars? Teddy Roosevelt. How good are my Atuuk puns? That's funny. That is funny. Unbearable. Very good. I'll pay that. It's really early in the morning for me, so it's sort of. But I do get that one. I often don't get the jokes when it's this early because I've only just woken up. All right, let's continue on. So really, this is where the action is. We've now got this one sort of taking over stuff. We're going to lose this one. There is actually the Third Fleet is going in to attack a station that we have out through this other side. I don't have any other ships that can actually go and do anything else there. The Third Fleet, we took it away from Takama, and Takama's got the First Fleet. We also have another large fleet, the Fifth Strike Force there, and we also have another fleet back out through here. The Fourth Invasion Fleet is all we have left there. We do actually have the Sixth Fleet, which has got no mission. Actually, we do want to make use of this as well. So if there are, like we've taken over a lot of their mining stations, which is all we're really trying to do with these fleets. That is one of theirs. What does that one do? That one has got a couple of luxuries. That's not bad. So we want to get hold of the luxuries as well as sort of rare resources. So a quick up through here. Yep, so that's actually our ships there. Just fuel barges in that region, just hiding away. And they've got this one as well, which is just argon. Again, not a very valuable resource. So this group in here has just finished off an attack going in. So this is the Sixth, which we can use to capture. So I'm just going to go and tell it to go and capture across to here. So capture that mining station. All right, so we'll just keep on taking more and more of what they've got. From inside their territory, just so that eventually when they finish the war, hopefully we'll actually have everything. That way they have to buy everything from us. But they've been a good source of money for us, so being at war with them is going to slow our cash down. We just have to wait then until the war's over and then just see where they go. They're so close to being subjugated. I really don't think they're going to be able to sort of last for very long. They do have these invasion fleets out through here that we're aware of. They do actually have like 8 infantry, 7 armour. They're refueling at a refueling station out through that side. That's probably the only refueling station they actually control now, I would think. But again, that's really what we're protecting against ultimately when they come back in. These have come back from war with the Boscara, back up this other side, the bugs. So eventually when we get these guys under our wing and we look after them, we'll probably end up at war back up in here as well. Anyway, let's just go in and watch the action here, I think. Sort of where we started with the attack. So I'll just unpause. So the bombers are now firing on this particular station. This one really won't last very long at all. In the meantime, this one will just keep on attacking this as well. Okay, so the mining station, just go and have a quick look at that one as well. This one again, we can't really do much about this, so I'll destroy this. This is not in a system that we've got any resources in. Just keep on having a look and see what we've got through here. Here comes the rest of the third fleet. Okay, so let's have a quick look and see what else we've got through here. So that one there we can dismiss. Incoming fleet detected has been detected for the, yep, dismiss that as well. And then we've got the escort attacked by, yep, okay, this is, if we have a look at this one here, this is this group coming in to capture this particular mining station. You can see there they've got like there's a trader coming in that's actually probably picked up, yeah, Tyrian fur backing through this other side. They're just leaving this particular mining station. So we'll just sort of keep things going in through here. So they're trying to keep the economy going of the Atuuks by doing these sorts of attacks. The sixth I can sort of leave. I've left the home worlds unprotected largely because I've just got an invasion fleet there, but I'm leaving them unprotected at the moment because I just can't see there being much of a fleet. There is an invasion fleet down here as well, which also has got 7 infantry, 3 armour. So they do actually have invasion fleets. Now they're moving to Nythos. And this one here, we still don't know what this invasion fleet is doing just yet. It's still refueling. There may be a concerted push to retake Nythos. Nythos, we've got... we do actually have the spaceport here. We've got a lot of troops on the ground. So we've got a defensive strength there of 3,800. This small group just has to destroy the invasion ships when they come in. So I'll leave it where they are. Just leave them sort of doing their thing. Let's just keep on going back to the third fleet, the mighty third, with what it's doing. Now, this is a research world. It'd be nice to get this one eventually. I could capture this one, but we do actually have the mission is to destroy it. Red Council eliminated by the humans. That's good. Under attack. Now the mining station here. Let's have a look at this one here. The Sawyers. That's near their home world. I don't know where it's under attack from. Small fighter craft. Alright, we're going to lose that one. I'll just build another mining station here if that's the case. So they'll probably come from the planet. What have they got? Planetary shield. They've got a planetary fighter base. That's what it'll be from. So the fighters would have actually left from that particular planet. That's okay. So we'll leave them where they are. So look and see how we're going back over here with the 6th. Yeah, we've still got to wait for this one to drop before we can then put troops on the ground on the actual station itself. We've got 600 boarding assault strength. There we go. Actually, there we go. Most of them have now gone there. Okay, the 6th is going to definitely take that one. So we'll just get the 6th to now... I've set these up. These were a raiding fleet before. And what I can do is I can just sort of set them up to automatically then go off and raid things that are around them. And so if there are mining stations, etc., they will actually then just go after them in this system. I'll just tell them to start over here, I think. Actually, no, that's one of ours. What else is there in here that we need to get? Nothing else there, is there? Yes, there is. This one here. I'll just go and tell them to attack this one, and then I'll just go and put them back onto raiding, and then we'll sort of figure out what to do with them after that. So their home base is back in through here. I'm going to change their orders to make it so that they've got like a 200M range, which will then really give them a lot that they can target. So we'll just go and do that. If I make it 30% of fuel range, that's even bigger. Yeah, no, it's better off just the 200M range, I think, at this stage. Just going to allow them to keep on sort of moving out from this. Their home base is still back over here, but they'll just find raiding targets. So now, what did we get up to? Hi Quark, how are you going? Kaiserat saying, it seems like you sniped all their refueling mining stations. They don't have enough fuel to reach you to invade. Pretty much, that's what I've been trying to do, is to sort of find, if they do have a refueling, to go and capture it. But this one's a bit too far away. That's interesting. There's another invasion force there now, which is coming in. Now they're going off to load troops at Saddlebari. They do have a lot of troops on board. This is the Boscaran. Now Saddlebari will be, that's this system up in here. So they're moving back off. I don't know where they've come from. We've got long range scanners. If I turn them on, we'll then sort of find that we're seeing just on the periphery through here. We do actually have scanners pretty much all the way through now. So there's not really a lot there won't be many surprises. Let me just say that. So we do sort of have like abilities to see a lot of what's going on here. Let's just turn them off again. I'm not sure where they've come from. Again, these were at war. I don't think they're still at war. Let's have a quick look and see if they are. If we go and have a look at the different groups, they're at war with us. They're friendly with those. And they're friendly with those. But yeah, there's nothing else there. The Boscara, no treaties with them. Alright, that's fine. We'll just let it continue on. Kaizet's here. Seems like it's not all the refueling stations. Von Fronhut saying, hello all. How's the Empire of the Frogs doing? We're doing well, thank you. Yeah, well, the Frog Empire fleets are hopping around their systems. They are indeed. So they slowly turn into bullfrogs. Yeah, so they croak or they die. It's the same for us. Bad joke, yes. No, that's fine. Anyway, we'll just watch. This is sort of where we started. Let's just keep on going through here. Now they've got this is actually a defense force that's come into the middle of this fight. So they've sort of injected themselves. These guys are still moving off. There is actually like different loot that's back in through here as well. We do actually have Admiral von Schweinhund on this particular ship. This is his flagship. But we nearly got this research station, so let's just get rid of it, and then we'll take the scientist with us. Just quickly go through. Sestafon 4 has been captured. That's good. Under attack. That one, a destroyer, is under attack by Sestafon 4. That's not really a problem. That was old messaging. Just missed that as well. And the Socias mining station is under attack, but by the small craft. So the small Atuuk fighter craft are attacking this particular mining station. Now I could bring another group across to defend that one. We do actually have the big fleet here. They could certainly do things, but we've got them now doing other stuff anyway. They're capturing that one. So that's only just started that particular fight. So there's a lot going on around the place. Let's just go back into here again. This will then give us this war mission. Other ships will just keep on destroying these other ships. We're certainly much more... there we go. War mission accomplished. So we get an extra 25,000 to our war score, which is... we're doing very, very well here. The increased enemy war weariness goes down a little bit more than what it was before. Research progress, we get plus 25 intensified shield strength and research progress and 25 accelerated shield recharge. So we're getting a little bit of a bonus there with different things. So we've actually found technology to advance our understanding of shield strength and shield recharge. That's good. Okay, so that's the that's that one. Let's just dismiss that. And let's just take one of these frigates. This is the Crimson Sun, and we're now looking for that scientist. Where are you? There you are. Pick up escape pod. So just make sure that he starts to go off and do that. There we go. Away teams, are they? Yeah, there we go. Away team picking that one up. The rest of these will just finish off what's going on through here. So they'll just send a few shuttles across. Well, here we go. Pause. All right, so we've got the Lone Claw. So Lone Claw Syndicate offers to sell some secret information. I'm going to not bother with that one. Oh, look, I'll accept it. It's only 8,000. So what do they give us? System map. Yeah, nothing much really. Coming fleet. This is now the third fleet of the clans towards the Zaman Sentinel. I'll dismiss that. That's I think the one that we're looking at through here. Quark has evaded detection after successfully carrying their mission to steal research information on intensified shield strength from the administrative clans. Now this is actually one we picked up a lot of skills from before. So we've been able to now pick up this shield strength. So this one gives us the Ducalos shields. If we just go back and dismiss that one, but have a look at research and look at the shields that we end up having. So they're just down here. So we picked up a different shield. Now we still don't need those. We do have the hardened shields here, which gives us the bubble shields version 2. We've already got the best shields in the game, so we don't really need anything else. This is as good as it's going to get, and we have to keep on stealing these from the AI. So we've already got those, but we are now picking up the this one here will then give us the Talassos shields. We do get this one here with the Ducalos shields, but the actual shield strength there, you can see there, the shields give a shield strength of 456. This one here gives a strength of 450, but it actually does do other things as well. It actually does it's much better to have this than it is to have these. So these ones, their shield resistance is only 1. This one's got 5, so there's a lot more damage that it takes off things that actually hit it. Shield penetration chance is only 2%. This one here there's an 8% chance of penetrating with 40% of the damage going through. And so this one here is only 2% with 30% going through. So this is still by far the better shield. So we're not going to worry about changing that one at all. I'll just cancel that one. So do we have enough money now to go back and crash research this? What we're trying to do desperately is to get these high power blasters, and mainly so we can get the next phase. These do a lot of damage per second, and so I want to supplement what we have with these as well. So I'll just go and click on those. Can we do it? No, we need 133, 127. Okay, so we don't have quite enough money at the moment. We just need a little bit more to be able to then go and do that. Let's watch this one just as we get this scientist. While salvaging an escape pod in the Artis systems, we've managed to get the scientist. So this is Mandu Agiu, so that's okay. We'll just go and just go to here. So he's actually now on board. Now that he's actually been captured, we can now go back into our prisoners, and we'll then find him. We've got generals. So we've got this one here. He's the only scientist we've actually then got. If I try to recruit him, it's going to cost me a fair bit of money, and it's sort of like a risky thing to do. I don't know whether to crash research what we've got or to bring him on board. I think I might leave it for a little bit longer. He will notice it better with rushing Titan blasters. Yeah, we're trying to get the big blasters basically. We're just trying to get the next level of damage, which the Famulus Polymathia has already got on their ships, which is absolutely devastates us. So it's actually something we're trying to catch up with them, and it's but we're two techs behind. I mean, they are a research faction and we're not, so we're sort of doing everything we can. So this guy here is intuitive, great potential, ultra genius, and methodical. So he's an incredible person. There's so many bonuses here. Pay money for a chance to recruit. 40,000. So we can do this 3 times basically. Let's give it a go. Yes, it worked first go. Okay, so we've spent money to bring him on board. That's great. So he is now one of our scientists. So he's now just gone back into the science grouping. He's now waiting at Matrani 3, so he's immediately gone over there. So we'll pick him a location. I'm just going to go and now Zarindon is at the Ukapantu research station. Where is that? Let's have a quick look and see where that actually is. I'll just minimize that for a second. So there's a research station in the middle here. Now, where is it in the grand scheme of things? I'm trying to keep them safe, so that's a fair way away. If we have a look at the other research stations that we have, we've got a fair few of them. So we've got one there. It looks like we've got another one here. Do we? No. We've got the Biblis one. This is sort of too close to enemies. We've got a research station way out there in the boondocks, but it's very close to the Boscarans. So I don't really want it out there. Coralana is miles away. Where are you? Yep, that's too far away. Takama. Actually, that's something we could manage because we do actually have the other group. So we could go to Takama. We've got the Meridina research facility. Again, that's actually nice and safe. We're only seeing Tekan ships out there, and we're on very good terms with them. And Sula out here as well is something where we do actually have a presence out this way. Like this is actually one of our worlds. This one is probably the better one. Sorry, that's just a spaceport. Yeah, they're all just spaceports after that. So we've got a few different. This is where we captured the others. We've got the captured guys here at Takama 2 spaceport. Actually, that's back in that's not this world here, but the Meridina research. Where was that? The actual research stations themselves. Meridina, it's far enough away from everything that it's not really going to be targeted, and it does have 21% engine research. What's he got? He's got high tech +2, shields 10. This is going to then really help us with our actual research output, just having him somewhere. Let's have a look now again at the... Got any new research ones? These are all going to be too far away. Yep, no, they're sort of miles away, so we won't worry about those. But these, Coralina, then too far away. Already got Zarindon at this one here. That's a good one there. Biblis is too close. Too close, too far away. Takama Research Station. That's really in the middle of where the fights will then occur. It does give us armor. I think we'll just go with Meridina. I think we'll have to go there. So we'll just go back to scientists, and I'm going to not automate him. I'm just going to go and place him at Meridina Research Facility. Transfer, out you go, and we'll make Saradin so he also is set to manual, just so he doesn't move off. Now, what's his skill set? This research station is high tech, and he does have high tech there. He's got good high tech. All right, that's fine. So we've got a couple of the like that. So we've now got this new scientist. That was good. I was just worried we're going to have to spend a lot of money getting him under our control. Just dismiss that. Dismiss that message. So that's great. So we've now captured those. One thing I do want to do though now is to get this mining station, just so that we've got a presence in through here. So I'm just going to grab the third, and they've got a little bit of boarding assault strength. So I'm just going to tell them to prepare and capture this particular station, so that they can just do that. This is owned by the group that's back over here, the Komarachis, but we'll just sort of keep things thumping along at this stage. What have they got? They've got only a small amount of infantry there. All right, the 6th, let's have a quick look and see what they're up to. So they're coming in to attack this particular mining station. Right, just let them do their thing. Okay, there we go. Dismiss that one. The 2nd is still, they're attacking, aren't they? Or are they now waiting? Let's just go and have a quick look and see. So this is the mining station that they've just captured. We do actually have this fleet that's just come in. Now they've got the mining stations back over here. This is the invasion fleet. This is the, if I just zoom back out so I can actually grab the actual fleets and then go and click on the first invasion fleet. This one does only have, it's got 7 infantry, 3 armor. Now I don't know why it's coming in here. Our second fleet can certainly destroy it. If we just hover over, we'll sort of find some ships that have got, there we go, look at this. That's the ship we want. So we'll attack the Ravager of Sioux. And so this one here has actually got a general on board, General Libon Atanchi. So if we actually can destroy this ship and then take the general, that's going to then get rid of a lot of their troops. So let's just keep on going with that. Now we really outclass this particular group. This is sort of like shooting fish in a barrel, fighting this particular faction at this stage. We're miles ahead in tech. Disable it, disable it. It's trying to jump. Come on, guys. Oh, damn, we got away. The second. It's just going around attacking different things. That's okay. It's a shame we couldn't grab that one. A few of them have escaped here. Okay, the frigate, Revolt of Matrani, is under attack. Just dismiss that one. So we'll just finish off these different groups and then we'll just let them keep on with their attacking. Alright, the third. Just keep on watching what they're up to. No mission. Oh, we're out of troops. Look, I think I'll... oh, here we go. War mission, capture enemy leaders. So, our military strategists have analysed the situation in our war against the Sioux. We've identified an enemy ambassador that would prove invaluable if captured. You should find and capture Ambassador Svidu Saxel. Now, where is he? That's going to be the thing. So locating that particular leader is, look, there's only going to be a few locations it may be. It may even be on our homeworld, but I don't think it would be. So let's just go and have a quick look and see. Back in through here, Matrani 3. So do we have one? We've got, yeah, there's Mandu transferring across. No, there's no one else. They're just spies and leaders. So he's not here at all. Let's go back across to his homeworld, maybe. We really wouldn't be much in many other places, I wouldn't think. Where's their homeworld? The right spot? No, that's not the right spot. Yeah, so that's actually one of our spies, is it? Oh no, that's not. That's the Emperor. So there'll be a whole lot of spies, sorry, ambassadors from different places. There he is. Now he's waiting. I don't think we can do this mission. It's going to be too difficult. It would mean invading their homeworld, which I don't want to do. So I'm going to not accept this one. So I'm going to decline this mission. Alright, we'll just keep them back where they are and just keep on sort of watching what's going on here. With the third, I think what I might do here is actually just go and get the third to destroy this. I mean, I would prefer to actually capture it. I'll wait. I'll just go prepare and capture. No, I actually can't do it. Yeah, so we do actually have... So if we go back to the third again and just go and refuel from fuel tankers. I mean, they're already waiting for fuel tankers anyway, so I don't need to do anything. I'll just leave them where they are until they sort of get their troops back again. Their, you know, their boarding parties. Everything else is going okay, so I think we can now just keep on micromanaging what we're seeing in through here. So this invasion force, moving to CO5. It's not the one that we saw there before, I don't think. Now we do actually have that other invasion force, if we just go back to the second. So they're just going to keep on destroying these different areas. If we do go back... Is this the group that had just done it before? That's the first invasion fleet. That is the one, actually. If we have a look at this one here. First invasion force. Come on, pick it up. Yeah, so some of them took a bit of damage. Ravager. Was that the one we went after? It's one of these. Must be that one there. Unknown on board. It's now too far away. But let's just go after that one. So we'll just go and... so that was a Ravager of Sioux. So we'll just get the second. I'm just going to tell them immediately to go and fight this. So that is Sky Turmoil, Banshee. Where the hell is it? It may have tried to escape. Mandate. Let's see if we can find it. Yeah, it's escaped out to here. Now it's jumping again. It should be jumping back into this group in here, I think. So it will come back in, meaning that we can just finish off what we're doing in here. So let's just go. I'll just put it down to half speed so we don't have to keep on pausing all the time. Attack this mining station as well. We've got mineral miners mining, so they're looking for steel. This will give us a few clues as to what they're trying to do. So they are trying to get steel with their mineral miners. So they are trying to build at this point in time. So I think if they're getting themselves ready, as soon as that other one gets back in, I think I might just look for it again. Here they come. Ravager is now coming back in. So let's go after that one. I think almost straight away. I think that this was the one that we were targeting. I think. So I'm just going to go and wait for it to come back into the system. Here it comes. Actually, what's that one under attack by Nythos strike frigate? There's a monitoring station. So they've actually come in to try to destroy one of my long-range scanners, which is actually out here. Again, I can't do anything really about that. We've got our 6th fleet. Actually, that is moving across to protect it, which is actually interesting. So, yeah, moving to the Zaman Sentinel. Cool. That's going to be. So we're going to We should be able to hopefully defend that monitoring station. This is a long-range scanner, which is actually really a very important one because it's seeing everything that's back out this way. Let's just keep on going through. This is the 13th invasion fleet, but the first is essentially going to be struggling. So we'll just wait for that Ravager. That's not it. Here we go. We'll just wait for it to get back inside, and then we'll attack it. It's stopped again. I might even just go after it, but it's a bit. I'd prefer it to be in. Where are you off to? They're all moving off. They're moving out to here. They're going to be attacking this. Well, this is ideal. It means we can then just go and capture, and get them ready. So this mining station is under construction. There is actually a small fleet which is just hovering around here, but they're again just sort of licking their wounds. So the second, let's just wait and see what happens. I think that this one is now going to be spooling, ready to jump again. Here comes the next invasion fleet. They're coming back into their home world. Wait for these to jump. There they go. It's still not jumping. New mining station completed. That's good. All right. Well, the second, we'll just let them destroy this. Aha. Now the Nythos Sovereignty Hive declares war on us. These are this is sort of like unexpected. I think they're over here. Yeah, there it is there. Now, why would they declare war on us? What do they want? They possibly want Draconeer. That's all I can really sort of think of there. Just dismiss that for a second. We should be okay for a little while, just while we. I really want that other one to come back in. I want to capture those characters. It's now jumping again, so it's going to jump into that particular action. This thing is almost gone, so we'll just let the second do its thing here. Keep it going. Almost got it now. And then we'll go and attack the others. Ravager, there it is. So we still don't know what's on board that one, but let's now go after it. So we'll just get the second. They'll, as they spool up, they'll finish killing off that other thing, but we'll just go and attack Ravager of Siu. So as they get ready to jump, they will just finish this thing off, I think. Yep. Bang, it's gone. And off we go. Now that's all still part of the second. We'll have our pound of flesh, please. Strike force. Okay, so there's now a strike force going in. This is from the Nythos Sovereignty. Now, we haven't fought these, so we don't know exactly what we're up against, but they're going after the spaceport. Now, this will be because there'll be a precursor to an invasion, I think. You have 114,000 now. Let's dismiss that one. Incoming fleet detected. Yep, that's okay. We've seen this one in accept trade. Reveal independent. No, decline that. It's not worth the money to us. We've got a good war score here. I really can't see them being able to do a hell of a lot. Let's just see how the 6th is going. The 6th should be closing in now with them. There goes the 3rd fleet. So the 6th is now just still hovering around here, just looking for raiding. They're going to attack different fleets as they find them. So I'll just let them do their automatic stuff. They'll just sort of they'll just operate out this way. 2nd, we'll just keep on watching these as they chase down this particular group. Sound is great in this game. We're quite slow. I probably should have bounced into a bit further on. Yeah, this is the one that we want. What's it doing? It's attacking the sinks. Okay, it's coming back in. It's not going to last. Again, we're going to be able to get through the shielding and the armor fairly quickly. So we're hitting it with the deal breaker beams, and these guys are all coming back to attack this as well. We have to get this before it jumps. We need to destroy it. Okay, shielding is now coming down. One thing I should have done, sorry, is have a look to see which group is coming in. We've only got the 6th, we've only got the strike force there. Now on the Nythos, do we have one of our ambassadors out this way? Got a spy, counterintelligence, yeah, that's okay, that's one of theirs. No. Hang on, there we go. Yep, this is our ambassador here. So we do actually have somebody on board. That's why we're seeing things leave. So we're seeing a fleet that's left from here to move across towards Nythos. We just have to sort of maintain what we've got, I think. God, I'd love another big fleet. I'd love another big fleet. Thanks, Began, for the subscription. That's very, very much appreciated. So Began is saying, greetings, Daz and chat. Daz, are you going to look at Zephon again? I've only played it, it's super hard, but awesome. I've paid more attention to the, I should have paid more attention to the streams. I will actually, I've noticed that it's just got an update queuing up at the moment, so there's another update for that game. So I am looking forward to getting back to it, but there's just too many other games coming out at the moment. I've really got probably a fair few weeks of actually either existing content like Distant Worlds or new content like Menace. Tomorrow I'll be that's a Menace launches tomorrow, so in about 20 hours time I think is when it's sort of coming, so it's not far off. Yeah, so only one more sleep. So I do want to stream that. I've also got a Slytherin stream tomorrow as well with different things. So yeah, there's a lot of games coming up. I've got a game I can't really talk about as well, which I'm super excited about, which I've got to record content for. So yeah, looking forward to that one. I really can't talk about that one. I shouldn't say anything. Whenever I start talking about games, I start blabbing away stuff that I've signed NDAs and stuff against. Anyway, I won't tempt anything. There we go. Hyperdrive offline. Done. All right. So we know that there's a admiral. There he is there, and that's actually destroyed a lot of their troops as well in that one go. Now we just have a little escort in here. I'm just going to go and get the 2nd to go and attack any other ship that we can see. This one here's got a whole lot of infantry on board. One's got a bit of armor, but that first one is the one that we want, I think. So we'll go for this one here. So we'll just go and attack the Sting of Siu. In the meantime, what we'll do is we'll just go and grab one of the ships. This little this heavy escort can actually do the honors of picking up that superstructure. just let it get away a little bit. There we go. There's the escape pod. So we've got the this is a heavy escort, escape pod, pick up escape pod. Just so let's capture that general. He was a good good general there. There was only one, wasn't there, or was there two on? No, there's only one. One's in that escape pod there. So just keep on getting more and more. This will then sort of help again with the war score. The war score will just keep on going up. We really do outclass their ships incredibly. Sort of using the best of the tech we can find. So Turner is saying, hey Daz, what's new with Distant Worlds 2? Well, it's if you look at the roadmap, there's only 1 more month to go before we should be getting the Shadows Rising DLC. But I haven't heard anything about it, so I'm assuming it's not ready. So I'm thinking that roadmap may be a little bit delayed. Otherwise I think we'd be hearing about it at this stage. So we're getting the sky. Yeah, we've got a general on board. Good, great troop recruitment rate. There we go. Just missed that one. So the second. So they're just absolutely decimating everything. Is there any other ships there we need to concern ourselves with? Not really. I think the second does. We'll just go after whatever's close. So is that another endgame crisis? Shadows Rising is actually the pirate build, which is going to completely change the game, to be honest, from the very, very early times. So it's essentially going to be, it's a rebuild of the pirate build from Distant Worlds 1. And so it's going to, as I said before, I'm thinking this is going to be the best of all the DLCs that's come for the game. I'm on the beta, but I haven't actually opened it up yet. I wanted to do that one when we're only a week or two away, just so I can sort of see what's in there. But I don't want to play it too much until I can actually record it. But I'm really looking forward to that. That's going to be awesome. Okay, incoming fleet detected. We have Second Defence Force is travelling toward. Yeah, I'll just dismiss that message. We do need to keep an eye open with stuff that's sort of going on around the place. There's a build-up of ships there around this mining station. There's a whole group of ships, unknowns. There's a heap of them coming in. That's a big group. These are all the Nythos ships. So that's a fleet that's just hitting our long-range scanner range. If I just turn that on, so it's just hitting the outside edge of the. I should really need to get another one in there. There's Boscaran ships out this way as well. Okay, that's heading in where? Looks like it's moving. It may be the one going to Nythos. That's a lot of ships. Oh, look, here we go. Yep, so we've now just picked up that there's an invasion coming. 6th invasion fleet. 19 ships. Right, so they want Nythos. Now, one benefit we actually have is that we have an advantage in hyperspace, but we don't have an advantage in when we're just doing a normal like in impulse drive. So we can actually get to places relatively quickly. So they're trying to get to Nythos. We've got a large fleet. Our big fleet here, the one that we're using, the second fleet, is essentially, I could move that one across. Now we've got this general that's imprisoned on the fleet. But we could move that to Nythos and switch over and actually have the smaller fleet just to defend this region. I think we might do that. So let's bring the second across, because this is now the big threat, is Nythos itself. So we may take a bit of a backward step with the other one. We've got -2 war weariness, but I do want to smash this. So I'm just going to go across and change the Second Defence Force. At the moment it's CU7 mining station. I'm just going to go and set the home base for the 2nd Defence Force to Nythos 1. I'm going to tell it to defend, and I'm going to tell it that its range is supposed to be this. Well, it's got the same system. I'll keep it on that, but I really think it should be actually even closer, same location. So I'm just going to make it, it's going to defend only Nythos 1, so it's just going to be basically this little area in through here. And I do want it to move across to this side to start with, so if the invasion's coming automatically, it may be staging somewhere else, but it looks like it's going to hit in here somewhere. So let's just go and move to that location with that fleet, and then just put it back on to defend again. So it's going to go across there. The 8th fleet, which is back in through here, I need to now change its operations to move back across, so they need to swap over. Now CU7, still got these ships just floating around. This one's still under construction, that's okay. So I'm just going to go and tell them that their home base is now this one, and they need to do a job of raiding, I think, in amongst this particular system, and but they're going to be set to same system. Retreat when the enemy strength is greater. Yep, that'll be okay. So I'll just leave those as its orders, and it will then just go and raid anything it can find inside that system. So we're switching over, essentially. 7th will just stay where it is. It's going to have to defend, and it's on the right side to defend against stuff, so that's actually okay. Yeah, so we've got the 7th in through there as well. So we'll just do a swap over here. Alright, let's watch. We will eventually pick up as it gets closer and closer to our long-range scanner here. Well, then we'll find sort of different things as this gets closer and closer. I need to have more long-range scanning back out this way, and maybe at Draconeer. It may be a good idea. So just sort of pause and read some of the questions. Yeah, so Calico Jankus is in saying, when the DLC releases, please use an eye patch. Yeah. So yeah, that'd be funny. Von trying to say a question concerning the Shakturi. Do they always conquer quite a few planets? I don't tend to play with them much, to be honest. I either put them on really, really late or turn them off. If you turn them off, you can then form federations. So it's sort of like by having them off, you end up getting other things you can then go and do in the game. But yeah, they are aggressive. And when staying passive and just producing transports and neglecting other vehicles, I'm not sure. I really haven't played much with them. So Tinner is saying halving his eyesight when he uses glasses might not be the best idea, but he should get a pirate hat. Yeah. And so I fought the Shakturi once and gave up, says Tenru. They kind of turtle at the beginning and then spread out. Yeah, they spread fast. They did leave the bigger ships behind at their starting planets. Okay, yeah, I haven't really played much against them. Hi, Shake Vivid, how are you going? All right, let's continue on. So we've got the... yeah, this invasion fleet is going to bypass, I'm pretty sure it's going to bypass Draconeer. If we sort of line it up. Yeah, it's heading towards Nythos. Just don't know how many troops they've got yet. Here comes the 2nd. Going off to attack this one. That's okay. What does that world have? That's not bad. 8th. In that case, please capture that one for me. Now that's the CU mining station is one that we need to. We definitely need to keep that one. So we've now boarded this station. Great. So the 3rd is now actually in a good position because I can now move this away from this system. That's now kept. So no, someone's going to have to destroy that to be able to then take out the anything else that we actually have there. So let's bring the 3rd across to go back into the home system. So let's go and move it up this way. I'll just tell it to go and refuel at CO7. That way we'll bounce in. And I might set that as their home system now. Set the home base. And I'll just have it come in and control this region. That way we'll end up with a few big fleets doing what they're doing. So that's moving in. We should be about there at the same time as this fleet. Let's have a quick look and see again. Still unknown. Another invasion fleet heading off, but with nothing on board. As it gets closer and closer to our long-range scanner, we'll pick up other things. One thing I've been quite happy about is that our cash flow has actually been getting better and better. And I think that's because Nythos, we must be assimilating the Keterovs of Nythos. Yeah, so we're actually taking over this particular mining station. I'll just go back to the 8th again and just put them back down to raid again. So that, yeah, that can just do its own thing at this stage. So with the Keterovs here, let's have a quick look and see how they're going. We do have troops, Admiral, imprisoned. So we've got somebody that's been imprisoned there. That's from the Famulus Polymathia. The Keterovs, only 19%. We are getting better assimilation with some of the others. So we're still actually, this planet is still costing me a lot of money. But I think it's improving. Saying I find the hidden mechanics the Shakturi utilize more annoying than anything. Those force you to research countermeasures that you normally wouldn't. Yeah, I think it's. I don't like having. I like having sort of like a more fluid game than something where we know that there's a definite invasion coming, sort of structurally. That is definitely missing. Draconeer, I think. Yeah, invading Nythos 1. Here we go. What have we got? 4 infantry, 14 armor. So when we come in, we're going to have to smash this. Now, what's the second doing? It's now changed what it's doing because of the invasion. I need to override it. So you do need to move out to here, guys. So we've lost time. And that means we're going to have to move these guys in as well. The 8th has got nothing left there. They will then send those on board. And that is enough to take that. Alright, time for the 8th to get back into position as well in that case. So we'll micromanage this, this repulsing the invasion. So we'll move that one out to this side as well. We'll get up right in the middle of all of their ships. Come on, get going again, guys. Get going again. We need to get there before them. We can now start to see their individual ships. So if we have a quick look and see what they've actually got, sorry, with that invasion fleet. 6 invasion fleets. So we've got like a lot of destroyers. Actually, no, we don't. We've only got 2 destroyers. Then we've got small troop transports, a heap of them. A couple of fuel tankers and a few frigates. Let's see what they're actually got on board. So their strength is okay. It's not terrible. What are they using? Just concussion missiles. So that's long range. They do have their hex armor, starfield generator. Okay, so it's going to give them fairly good countermeasures. They do have hive hangers. This is one of their secret sources is their small craft. But we actually do have. We've set our ships up to have fairly good point defense. So we haven't mismanaged our point defense. So I think we'll be okay against that. So there's not too many that will be coming in. But their actual medium hive hanger, if we have a look at it, they've got a fighter capacity there of 8. So they've got 16 total. There'll be 8 interceptors and 8 bombers. So not much. And when we have a look at that one through there, because we on each ship, so we can double that one up. We've got 16 interceptors, 16 bombers that we have to contend with. From our side of things at Nythos, we end up having the we do actually have a planetary fighter base and the administration center. They don't have anything else there really. We do have a lot of forces on the ground here. But the people won't fight much for us because we haven't assimilated them all that well. But it's getting better and better. So we just have to sort of defend against this one. Let's just watch it come in. Here they come again. No, they haven't started moving. Come on, guys. Come on, get cracking here. They're now getting closer. Come on, we need to be in hyperspace. Actually, what have they got in terms of this? If we have a quick look at the so they've only got limited weaponry through here. A lot of armor, which again doesn't bother me. They've only got Corvidian shields. This is weak, really weak shielding. So they don't have a real lot here. They've got a shield enhancement there, Hydra core capacitor. They've got assault pods, Nova core reactor. Yep, that's okay. They're really a long way behind where we are. They're only the Jerax hyperdrive. So they're doing 40,000 hyperjump speed. 400,000. We're doing, if we just go back to our second fleet and have a look at our ships, for example, just go to one of the frigates or even one of the destroyers. Have a look and see. So we're just using the Equinox hyperdrive, which gives us a jump speed of 552. So we're actually a lot faster in hyperspace. We've just got to be there in front of them. So just need them to keep on going, keep on cracking along, guys. They're closing the gap. We're just spooling up to jump. Come on, move, 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 move. Here we go. And look how much faster we are than this other fleet. This fleet, I don't know why it stopped there. So we will actually get there a lot faster than this fleet. So we'll be in position just in time. So Shake Viv is saying, is the Gizarian swarm fighters the main threat? Yes, they end up getting a lot of them, and they're quite powerful little fighters. It's fun playing as them, actually. New monitoring station completed, that's okay. I think we're going to need a monitoring station out at Draconia. We possibly need a defense base built over through here as well. Let's see if we can now crash research this. Almost. Yes, no, we can. So we'll pay the cost there. So we're down to practically nothing, but we're going to at least halve the time for those blasters. So I just want to get these blasters done really fast. Incoming fleet detected. So the Atuuk, 5th Strike Force, they're going to try to take out the spaceport. That's okay. If we have a look and see, this is actually what they're aiming for, of course. But if we have a look and we can then start to sort of see where they're coming from. So we've got a strike force coming in here. Again, they're not going to be all that powerful. They've got a pirate ship there. There's not much there, just frigates and escorts. So I don't think we're going to see. We certainly have our technology. We're miles ahead of them. So they're just going to have. They're going to be able to use swarm tactics. What else do we have? Incoming fleet detected. Where's that one? Okay, they're back down this way again, trying to recapture stuff that they did. The 6th. Now, what is the 6th doing? Taking the 3rd fleet. So they're moving off. I just don't see that as really being something viable. What we might do with the 6th fleet is actually just give them more viable targets. So let's go across to our military tab, and we'll go to enemy targets. And so we end up having different sorts of stations that we can then sort of go and pick on. So if we go and have a look, these are all the different targets that are showing up. If we go and click on this one through here, just go to war targets all. We can even sort of do it by the actual the Atuuk hive, which is going to be too far away, but we can do it from the CU all targets. So we do actually have mining stations. There's a mining station way over there. I'm not going to worry about that one. Nythos 4 mining station. Not going to worry about that one either at this stage. That's all at Nythos. I should actually get rid of them. So I'll use the 8th eventually for those. 3rd Fleet, our 6th Fleet is attacking that one. Got mining stations back out this way as well. Mining stations out that way. Invasion force down there. Waiting for fuel tankers. 2nd Defence Force back out this way. 6th Strike Force. Yeah, I can certainly take out these little locations. Let's just go and attack these. Don't know where that one is. We'll queue that one up as well. Cledo, I'm not sure where that is. I might as well just queue these up, just so the 6 can then just go from attack to attack. It's a bit too far away. Look, I'll leave it there, but what I will do is I'll just go and tell the 6th Fleet to come straight back down into here. So I'll just get the 6th. And rather than attacking the 3rd Fleet, which is not going to really be able to catch up with easily, I'll put it... There's nothing much else out this way. So we'll get it to do that, then I'll just put it back to rating, and that way it'll just pick up the ones that we've actually sort of already set up for ourselves. So they've sort of split themselves up all over the place, which I don't really want them doing. In the meantime, we're going to get here just in time. The 8th are just moving into position. Okay, so what have we got here? So we've analysed the situation in our war against the Sioux, looking for tasks that have maximum impact against our enemy. They have a suggestion we should make more friends and allies, sign a non-aggression treaty with the Tekan Syndicate. I'd like to try to do that one. Actually, yeah, war missions are set to suggest, yeah, which is fine. So we'll just go and let's accept that war mission. It's going to be hard because they're just completely neutral. I don't really have any money, so we're now putting all of that in there. So it's going to take some time. I'll come back and think about that one later. Here comes the mighty fleets. Invasion fleet is on its way. It's going to end up right in the middle of an absolute hellstorm. Now, they're offering to end the war. They're making demands on us, so we're going to decline that. They want their, I think the CO6 was the silicon mine. So I'll dismiss that one. What's this one here? Mining station. Yeah, this one here is under attack from the planetary locations. We'll just keep on going back. So dismiss that one. Incoming fleet detected. Dismiss that as well. I can't go back there. 5th Strike Fleet. Yep, that's okay. We'll dismiss that as well. Just go back to Nythos. This is where the attack is now going to be. This is a very important planet because it controls, ultimately, the Zintabia fluid. So we definitely need to be here. So the 2nd is now just moving across into this position back over here. This one's right in the right spot. Just leave that where that is. When that strike force gets closer to Nythos 1 spaceport, we'll send it across. Here we go. It's just a little bit off. So the 8th. Now we need to pick the most powerful of their ships. Not the most powerful, but in terms of the invasion. So we're looking for, we've got armor there. armor there. So we'll just go straight for this one. That means their destroyers will get a crack at us. The second I will also then just take up against this one here. So they're attacking with their missiles, and here comes all of the small craft as well. So our point defense, these yellow beams, they're the sentinel beams. We're going to try to capture ships. They have to get our shielding down before they can do it. See, they've got hardly any shields compared to ours. We've got 800, they've only got 300. Trying to escape. Because we're breaking through into their hull, comes the rest of their fleet. There's a lot of ships there to get rid of. These guys are now sort of taking this one out. Let's see what happened there with that other ship. That iron damage there. More fighter craft coming in. Keep on going after these ships with the troop transports. So that there is a frigate. It does have an admiral on board. Actually, that would be good to get while we're right here. Yeah, while we're here, we might just kill this thing off. Get the capture. That will be sort of back ready to support this as well a little bit. Small craft coming in. Let's just see how the 8th is doing. No damage done yet. There's nothing red. We are now sort of moving into a bit of a maelstrom. If I don't give them orders, when their shields do drop, they will then start to move away. Reactor is offline, so they can't escape now. Alright, so there's going to be the Admiral gone. Destroyed. And here is the strike force. So the 5th strike force is now going in towards the other attack. Let's just see how the 8th's going. Still no damage done at all to any of our ships, and we're now right in amongst it. So let's just go and start to take out some of these other ships with the with these. So we've got the Eclipse. These have all got assault teams on board. So I think just while we're here, that one's trying to escape. Yeah, all of these are good. What's wrong with that one? Oh, it's just done a bit. We did a bit of damage through the middle of it, so it's jumping. This one's still. That one's trying to jump as well. That one still isn't. Yeah, so we've done. The reason we're actually cutting through everything is because we've got these white beams. They essentially slice through shields and through armor, and so they do damage onto the hull, which essentially forces them to jump. So they're very effective at stopping things, but it's sort of harder for us to kill things off because ships are jumping while they're still relatively, we've still got relatively good protection. So I'll just get the 8th to keep on going after some of these. Let's just go after this one here for a little bit. So we'll just attack that one and this group. Now, did we destroy that one? There should be. It's escape pod. No, it's computer core. I'll just get the 2nd to go after this particular group, this pirate. Where's the admiral? Oh, there he is. Okay, we'll just get a small ship. You'll do. Just this heavy escort. You can pick up the admiral. Alright, so just let them do their job for a little bit. We'll just keep on watching the 8th. It's trying to escape. I think we're going to be able to stop it. One we can disable. Now this is the 22nd Invasion Fleet. It's been going towards one of our other mining stations. Let's just go to show me. This is this one in through here. Now we do actually have the 3rd has now already arrived in here. So the 3rd is now going to be pretty much defending. We've got refuel there. I'm just going to stop because it's actually the fueling is fine. So let's just stop and clear any queued missions. Let's just go back to defend. And we'll just make sure that we're set to just a small range, so same system. So they'll now move off and destroy, they'll defend anything that's threatened in this whole system. So they're going to be okay. So they're now back in the Sears system. I'll just turn off the long range scanners. We don't need them on anymore. And they're still on, but we just don't see them. So we'll just keep this one going. The 8th has actually done a good job here of basically turning this around. They're quite weak in comparison, their ships. Like this one here is struggling. So we do need to move away. I think I'll just let the 8th do its thing for a little bit. Now, this is the 5th Strike Force. The 2nd has certainly sort of made its way through. We've pretty much thwarted what was going to happen with that fight. 2nd can just keep on doing what it's doing. Still picking up that admiral. There we go. Got him. Enemy fleet detected. Yep, that's okay. We'll dismiss that one. Now we've evaded detection after trying to steal research on regenerating hull splinters. This is actually a good one for boarding. This is like a boarding pod, and so we've now got that tech. Yep, so we've still got happiness everywhere as well. Money is going backwards. We'll have to get out of these wars at some point. But this, we're going to be, the CU will actually start to, they should actually sue for peace again fairly soon, I think. We are smashing them. But we're now also starting to get a bit of an advantage against these guys as well. There we go. 2nd can just keep on smashing these as well. They're all leaving. Someone's still staying? Yeah, that's still staying in the fight. The 8th really needs to get out of here. Actually, no, they're still even they're okay. There's nothing left in here. One's disabled. The hyperdrive turned off. This one's still coming back in as well. Alright, so that was a pretty easy defense of Nythos. I'm going to turn the 8th back to raiding. And I'm going to set this as their home base. And I'll let them raid 50M. Okay, so we're stealing research information on welcoming new friends. Okay, that's good. So we're going to hopefully get, so we can get friendlier with the Sioux eventually. Yeah, that's too far away for us to defend. The 6th, where's the 6th? 6th is now back over here. They're just essentially just raiding what they can find. If we find anything useful, I'll go after it. Nothing much there. I'll just go around and defend. Now what I could do is also, no, actually no, we've got the 3rd fleet, which is now defensive. I might go and tell them to capture this and still put them on defend after that. Yeah, that's their invasion fleet down there, so they're just hiding away at this stage. Just missed that one. So we've got a lot of things going on all over the place in here. They're now moving back. I don't think we have to worry about this one. Yeah, this one's sort of now done. Okay, incoming fleet, 13th invasion fleet, CU6. That really shouldn't worry us with having the 3rd fleet in there. The 3rd fleet should be able to handle anything in the CU home system. It's the Atuuks. That's a good one. And that's still going to try to escape. Still destroying everything that we see in here. Something with us. Should be the 3rd fleet again. Yep, so we're going to be trying to capture that one. Move it back across to Nythos. Okay, so it says, accept war mission, conquer enemy colony. Now, I don't want to do this, so I'm going to decline that. I'm really not interested in capturing colonies from them, to be honest, because the this one, the only other colony they've got that it's too far away. It would sort of give me the this is it. Actually, was that it there? Maybe that wasn't it. Oh, it's over here. God, do we want this one? I don't think I do. I think I'd prefer to have them relatively strong so that they can pay me money. So they can pay their way through. So I think I'll just leave it. Yeah, money situation is pretty desperate now. We'll just keep on thumping along, I think. Yeah, they keep on disappearing. the 8th. So they're going into deep space to try to hunt down other ships. That invasion has been completely smashed. We need better early warning systems. I can't really afford to build it. I need to get money, but I need to build a research station. Sorry, not a research station. A long-range scanner out this way somewhere. We need 13,000 for that one. Okay, well, we'll just leave it there for now. There's another invasion fleet with, again, good strength there. We've got a general on board. Okay, we've made a discovery, just scenery, nothing much. Incoming fleet detected. We've captured Atuuk. Okay, we've done that one, that's good. And then the 22nd Invasion Fleet is travelling towards Garalet Mining Station, which the 3rd should be able to defend. Yeah, so that one's coming in. Yeah, the third in here will just keep on going from location to location, and will do its thing. So it will move across, I think, just to defend that one when it's time. Actually, that one there we should protect. The 8th is sort of all over the place. We did take a bit of damage there on this particular one, so it's been disabled, but still okay. So we're sort of that would have been targeted at one point. Just go up to full speed now because we're sort of those big attacks have now finished. Part of the 6th Fleet. Where are they? Narrowlixon. Oh yeah, they're just raiding. So they're just going off and doing their raids. Should still be okay. I don't like that they split up like this. Anyway, they're going back for more support. 3rd should be okay. They've really got nowhere to go. It's escaped. This is the 2nd Defence Force. Just let them to do things automatically. 13th Invasion Force is going up into here. Now the 3rd. Massive fleet, that's all we needed to do there, so that's now been protected. We'll just go straight back up. Actually, they're already attacking the 13th Invasion Fleet, so they're already heading up that way. So we'll see them arrive. We'll see the big carrier arrive very, very soon. Got 2 invasion forces coming in to attack this, which they're not all that strong at attacking these sorts of things, but we've got a bit of shielding there. 3rd should be on the way. There's a lot of ships coming in though. Yeah, they're certainly now starting to spread out the attacks a little bit. It's now moving to CO4 to tackle this threat against this particular group. I don't think I'll worry about that one. Let's just let that one fall. We will go after this one here. I do want to attack these invading forces. So I'll just micromanage these a little bit. Yeah, still shielding is very, very good here. Yeah, CO4, we're going to probably lose that one. Here we go, bang. Disabled. She's saying, love this game. Thanks for keeping it active, everyone. Everyone to see. Yeah, no, it's a great, great game. Fantastic game. Okay, we've smashed those. Now, how are we going with the other station? Not going to last. Build another mining station there ourselves. Okay, accept war mission, destroy enemy research station. So this is actually a research station where it looks like one of theirs. So this looks like one of the CU clans. In which case, I would like it myself anyway. Frigate is under attack. That's okay. Enemy fleet detected. I'll let that one go. Where the hell is that? Down here. Right. In the Quell system. Ancient knowledge. Yeah, we could take that one on. What's it got? So it's only got Ducalist shields. Yeah, okay. We'll accept that mission. We do then get fission mastery and accelerated shield recharge progress as well. So just help again with a little bit of the research. I can send the 8th out. The 8th isn't really doing a hell of a lot, so that's certainly within their area. So we'll just send them across to destroy that. And this one here has still got no armor. That's okay. We should be fine. The iron cannon's been destroyed as well. Alright, that's fine. Yeah, so Nythos is just cleaning things up. Alright, now what are you offering us this time? Now they just want to end the war. And am I happy with that? I really just want to get back on with them paying me money. So I sort of am happy with that. I don't need much else from them. I'm sort of happy for them just to plod along. So I'll accept this treaty. It's just a white piece. But it means that they're going to start to pay me again. Now, I was trying to get a few things established inside their territory, but they are fighting back a little bit in here. So I'm going to accept this one. So I'm just going to accept that treaty there. Incoming fleet detected. 6 strike force. Yeah, travelling. I'm not going to worry about that one. We'll dismiss that. Now we've got all of these mining stations that we did actually have in there. We can no longer build inside their territory. That means that the 8th doesn't have to go down and destroy that either. So that's all we had to do there. Our war weariness is getting pretty bad. We've still got half a year before we get these power blasters. We've destroyed 8 of their ships, the enemy ships. What we might do is actually take the war into the Nythos system and actually start to dominate in through this other side. We could start to plan for for what we need to do in here as well. And invasion forces. Second invasion force there. Yep, a lot of stuff there. 6th invasion force there as well. They've got a lot of troops, but they don't have a lot of planets. Let's have a look and see what they actually have here with in terms of the resources. Just go back to Caslon. All right, there's a fair few Caslon mines. I mean, we were wanting to take that one from them, to be honest. But anyway, that's okay. If we do go into the Nythos system and just cause absolute havoc, and we take the 3rd fleet in to do that. So we switch over the 8th fleet. So the 8th fleet becomes a defense fleet. Yeah, I might just... there's a lot to do. So there's a lot of Caslon sources out that way, so I'm not going to worry too much about what they do. So the 8th fleet is going to become a defense fleet. They're going to be set up to just do the same system. And we'll just have them patrol in the Atuuk homeworlds from this refueling station. So Atuuk 7 mining station, that'll be theirs. The 3rd fleet, it's got no mission. It's also set for Atuuk 7, but I will actually move it across to Nythos. This will be its staging point. So the base here. Home base, and the 2nd is also going to be set back in here. They're already at Nythos 1 as their home world. So the 3rd, which has got the big carrier, is what we're going to send into the enemy system to cause destruction. The refueling looks all pretty good there. We might just do a quick refuel before we head off. We've got raiding forces coming in. So we want to knock this this war on its head pretty fast if we can, just so we can get our war weariness back up again. That's going to affect a lot of. It's going to affect a lot of things. I need to save up money so I can get the next bit of research that we're looking for as well. Where's that? Oh, too far away. Not going to be able to affect that one. Still at Nythos. Okay, so we propose an immediate end to the war between us. In exchange for this peace, however, we demand that you give us the following. So the Kepler beacon. No, we'll decline that for now. So they've already, that was pretty fast that they actually wanted to sue for peace. It's only 10k, it's like it's very, very low. But of course we do really severely outclass them. So second is to set to defense. The third is coming back in now. Who's that out there? That's all right. Just let them refuel. So really wanting the orangutans library to fuel up properly before we head off. And so TB Jim is then saying, "Hey Daz, always see you playing this one. Is it your favourite grand strategy? I really wanted to try it out. It's just in terms of a space 4X. There's just nothing even close to it. Like it's just amazing. It's so realistic in so many different ways. It's just with the way that the logistics work. There we go. It's now refueled. So the third, I think, it really does, like this war, for example, like in most games, it then becomes the actual objectives become big with what to do. It would be okay, let's take over their home world, or let's do this or do that. It doesn't work that way with this game because it's too difficult to do the big thing. So you have to do it in stages. And so with what we're going to be doing is we're going to just have to try to end up with this being like something where we just cause damage to again we're trying to get the war score up enough so we can get out of the war, but without actually with them suffering. And so there's different things we want to be doing through here. What I like to try to do is to control resources. Like I'm playing a mercantile guild, so I'm wanting to actually control a lot of their resources. Now we can see there's a lot of stuff around here. What's going on there? What's that? Just a mining station. One thing we could do is just see if there's any, that would be an important planet for them, I would guess. But their home system, if I can actually just cause absolute havoc in their home system, it'll actually then push the war score way, way back. And I can do that. The third is such a strong fleet that I can actually bring that one in and dominate. So I think we'll do that. We are starting to get the boarding assault strength coming up now, but I do want to have a refueling station. I could just go and capture their home system refueling station. If we have a bit of a look, this one here, Nythos, is a gas giant which does actually have Caslon. So I don't know which one is the one that actually mines the planet. These are all just mining basic resources. One of them will have the Caslon. No, can't see it. Does it have Caslon? Oh, there's no resources on the planet itself. Alright, so that's not the one we want. Gas giant here that has the Caslon. That's got good Caslon supply. So Nythos 4 mining station is the one that we want. So this will then knock them backwards a lot. So if I get the third fleet, we will be spooling up the boarding assault strength again. We don't actually have any. We don't have a lot, but by the time we get here, we'll have it. So I'm going to go and prepare and capture the. I'll just go and capture it. So they're going to move across. The big carrier will move there. It's so much faster in space than everything else, so it'll actually sort of end up moving across to that location. But the great thing about this game is that all the resources have to be at this specific location to be able to be used, and no other game, everyone else abstracts that, whereas this game doesn't. So it makes logistics incredibly important. So the wars are fought over logistics more than anything else, which is great. I was half surprised that the Famulus Polymathia haven't actually sort of gone after us. We've almost got the high power blasters, and we definitely be wanting to get them on our ships. I need to get up to 20,000 when we do get this. We've got 70 days, and we want 20,000 in here. So we're going to really punish this these Gizarians. We're going to push them hard. We need to 20,000 to pay for the next tech, I think it is. So I think it'll be 20,000, maybe more than that. Oh, here we go. Now, where's that? Here. Someone's already got a research station. The Grazi Principality. All right, so that's miles away from where we are. We're up here. All research, when you see all research, it's such an important thing because it extends everything that you're doing. Oh, what has been captured from the Comanches? That's not good. Dismiss that. Decline that because I need the money. We're at 96% now. Treasure recovered. We'll dismiss that. Now the third fleet is moving off, but in reality, there's going to be the advanced ship is going to be sort of like too far out in advance. Okay, we'll dismiss that. So we're finding loot back in what we had here. That's good. It's now taken us into a position where we should have enough now to buy the next the next blaster location, which we need to sort of aim for. So this is what we've been aiming for the last couple of episodes, is to get the high power blasters, but to get the next phase. Now Quark was also exposed. All right, there we are. Now almost got this. There we go. High power blasters has now been researched. So it's now going back down to multi-role, but we need to go back up and just see if we've got the next phase of these, which is this one here. And so this is actually this one here does 13 damage per, like when we look at the medium blasters. It's still not the large one. It's not the large one. Where's the large? I think we're missing a tech, as in, like, we're playing with randomized tech paths, which means that sometimes the paths won't show up for selected tech. I'm not looking for the mediums, I'm looking for the large blasters. These are still good. This is still good. Actually, it only cost me 8,000 to initiate this one here. Let's see if we can see what the Famulus Polymathia have got. Like, we can see their ships because we've got long-range scanners around the place. If we have a look at their ships, this is what we're sort of aiming to... oh, hang on, we're not seeing it effectively. Actually, we will see it on their spaceports. Now, this is a large impact assault blaster. That's what I'm looking for. Where do we find that? All right, so it's close-in weapons blasters. In terms of that's what we've been aiming to get, because the amount of damage that they do is just like phenomenal. Like it's just such a massive amount. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go and save this game where we are, and I'm just going to start a new game very quickly, just to sort of see whereabouts in the tech tree that is, just to see if we're actually missing something, or if it's even further out than what we thought. So if I exit the main menu. And then just go into start a new game. So I'll just very quickly just rattle through this, but I'm just going to change one setting, which is the galaxy settings. That's all okay. We're going to have fixed research paths and all projects visible. Now, I did actually have random research paths, I thought, in the last one that I did. Let's just have a quick look and see. Maybe I didn't. I'll just go Harkonish. Just what we're playing as. Standard Empire. These are, I think, ready for future expansions, meaning the pirates. So I would assume that we're going to see one of these filled up very, very soon. Yep, Mercantile Guild is fine. We'll just go that way. It doesn't matter where we are, really. What I want to do here is just see what we end up with. I'm just going to grab myself a drink of water. I'll be right back. Right. Okay, so I just have to make some soda water. It doesn't matter about any of that stuff. We'll just go into here. So, when we go to the very top, this is the one that we've just got. This is synchronized energy, devastating energy release. This is the large one. Somehow they've got to here already. So it is just further along the tree, when we're sort of looking at the tree that we've got. So we've done all of these, we've got up to here, and then we've gotten these ones here is where we want to be. So that's what we're aiming for. All right, so we need to keep on going. It's just way too powerful, and then we end up sort of way back over here. The Titan blasters and things, which do incredible damage. But anyway, that's we're just trying to match. We're trying to match what they're doing. We'll try to go for devastating energy release. This would be great to get this. So somehow they've already made it to here. Then they've got phased cannons. Yeah, massive damage. There's a Titan blasters there. So that's not even that. We're ready for this one. So we're still to go to there, but this, we are sort of moving through these weapons fairly quickly, which is actually good. And once we actually put these high power blasters on, the impact assault blasters, even just the mediums, they'll just keep on updating as we go. So it is worth actually doing a redesign of the ships with what we currently have. So we'll just exit this one, exit back out of that one, load the game in from where we were. At least we know where it is. Yeah, Shake Vivid saying, I'm still surprised we haven't had another big 4X Galaxy simulation-like game. Yeah, it's really one. This one sits on its own. There's really nothing that competes with it. Like all the other ones are more like board games set in space, whereas this one is a true simulation. As much as you can do. All right, so with what we end up having, so if we just go back into the research again. I want to change that now to so I was getting the advanced blasters, but I'm not going to worry about those. That's just the Nythos blasters. It's this one here that we want. So I'm going to sort of just put that one down to the bottom of the list because I really don't need that one. So we'll pay the costs, and when we can, so we'll actually now just go and throw this one up to the top. That's now going to be our main one. And when we can actually when we can close off the research, we'll definitely do that. So we've got a good, we're actually doing this one fairly quickly, but we can halve that if we can just get enough money. So it's 192,000 credits at the start here, but which you won't be able to get for some time. Up to 50,000. I mean, we're sort of moving through that one. So we'll probably be up to around about 30 or 40% before we can then sort of do the crash research, but we'll get there. In the meantime, what I think we'll do is actually start to, now that we're sort of not at war in through here, I can start to get all the other ships ready to go. So let's go through to our ship designs. We haven't done that for a little while. Go to ship designs. Got to remember the settings that you have in through here. I like to sort by role, so all my escorts and things are all together. So I'm not using any of the normal escorts or patrol escorts. I'm only using the heavy escorts. So we'll start there. I've got 48 of them in the game at this point in time. The heavy escort version 7. If I just go and edit it, I can then just see what it's actually got. So we're using the Nevercore reactor, which is a really, really good reactor. It's early tech, but it's stolen tech. So I don't want to get rid of that one as such. There's nothing better at this stage. Good fast engines. Now we're using the deal breaker beam here. So it's 52 damage when it hits, but the damage per second is low. But this is why ships have been turning around, because these deal breaker beams break through both the shield and the armor. So they are very, very good. And we have our bubble shields as well. We've got the version 2 bubble shields, which are very high level. So there's nothing much there. Do I want to keep the deal breaker? It's got a large deal breaker. Now I've only got one slot there. I think that's still the better way to go. That's the biggest weapon we can put in that slot. We have very limited stuff, so let's cancel the design on that particular ship. So that's actually 12 years old in terms of its design. If we go to the frigate, so we've got the deal breaker frigate. Let's just go and edit that one and see what it's got. It's got an iron cannon there, which I can actually then put something bigger on there if I needed to. We have a large deal breaker beam there, 57 and 12. I could actually change those back to something else. Let's go and cancel that, and we'll just do an upgrade of this one. So I just want to make sure it's put splinter pods on. That's fine. That's better assault pods than what we had there before. Nova Core is still good. Acceleros, bubble shields are still the best. It's left that weaponry there, so all it's really done is just upgrade the splinter pods. We have 5 left over. Let's get rid of the deal breaker beam. If we go back down, the way I like to filter these is latest per category and family, and then that's the filtering, and then this one here is the sorting. So I'm just going to go down to weaponry, and we've got the medium impact assault blast, which is only size 20. So this one here does a lot of damage. It doesn't cut through anything, it just does raw damage, which is actually like nearly 10 per second is actually good going. And for such a small weapon, that's very, very solid. Like these ones here do 7 damage per second, but this one here, the 33 is worth a lot more than the 11 damage from the railgun. So if we sort of compare it, we've got the, in fact, our main gun is actually not even shown here because the deal breaker beams are sort of too early in the tech for the beams. So I think I'll actually throw that in there and another one there. So if we have both edges will now have the impact, like the assault blaster weaponry. And we've still got a heap of space, which means that we can put stuff inside it. I don't think we can put any more engines on, even though there's a slot there. I'm pretty sure we don't get to use that. And I wouldn't want to anyway, otherwise it's going to be sort of moving too fast away from everything else. I do have these 2 internals. I mean, we've got fuel cell, or the mega density fuel cell is probably going to be the one that we want to be using, which again is going to give me better than what's showing there. If I go to the just the all components, so there's the mega density fuel cell there. If I throw that one in, it's just going to give them much better range. There may be other things. I'll just go back to latest per category and family again. Troop compartment, recreation center. No, we don't need that stuff. Medical center, no. Iron shield. This one's worth 20. That's actually not bad. We haven't got, like, we do have space for this. So I can throw that one in there. We've still got space on this ship. Yeah, that's fine actually to pop that one in there, and then we can just get another fuel cell. So this one here is just going to be raw damage. Like this will be a, I might call it an impact frigate with what it actually ends up doing. So we'll just go across to the all components. We'll just go and get our mega density fuel cell in through there. So we'll have 3 fuel cells. Yeah, everything else sort of going in there as well. So that's just going to be fine. So we're up to almost at what we need there. We'll just call this one an impact. Impact frigate version 8. So we'll just sort of keep this one still. It's sort of designed off the other one, so we'll just call it that one through there. This one's going to be aggressive and aggressive. 2050 is fine. Everything's good there, so we'll just save and exit. Yep, this one looks pretty solid actually. So yeah, we've got a bit more firepower with this frigate than what we had, just in terms of just raw damage. But I think in combination with those deal breaker escorts, like the heavy escorts, and now we've got the impact frigate. Let's just go across to our destroyers. This one here, we're very close to the limits. Now we do actually have large Thuon beams, which again we can ditch that. I could probably keep the deal breaker beam on, get rid of these Thuon beams, and actually then go and throw in some of the new ones that we've just picked up. All right, let's go and just see, we've got the Acceleros engines there. Got extra space there as well. I'll still keep a deal breaker at least on this one. So we'll just go and cancel that one. We'll do an upgrade. This will be Destroyer version 5. So we should have the... Actually, we don't have a crew. Yeah, this one's just gone up to 625. Why is that? Let's put deal breaker beams on where the other large things were. Okay, let's just look at the fields of fire. That's what we end up having. So we have the Sentinel is 360 there. Another 360 there, which has got a medium Thuon beam. So I'll change this one across. It's funny that it kept the Thuon beam there. Let's just go back down to latest again. Yeah, so this one does only 3.29 per second, 28 damage. But if we look at the impact assault blast, we do 33 at 9.6 per damage. So why would we make them different? If I just put them next to each other, we can see there that all the damage components do a lot more with the impact assault blaster. The countermeasures is slightly worse. Targeting is a bit worse as well. Yes, all the accuracy goes down. The range is worse, but we're closing in anyway. The damage fall off again, so the closer we get, the better we're going to do. The speed of these, okay, these are sort of more like pulse weapons, I guess, rather than immediate. The other one's a beam weapon. Energy per shot is more, but we've got enough energy, so it's not really a problem. So intercepting fighters is slightly better, but that doesn't really matter that much. Interception doesn't really matter. We've got 2 shots per volley, and we fire quickly. So look, the volley fire rate doesn't really matter that much. It's actually the where's our firing rate? Firing rate is quicker with the impact assault blaster. I think the impact assault blaster is the way to go. So I'm just going to go and throw that there. Still 17 over. And then we've got the front weapon here is that first one. This is the deal breaker beam. I'm happy enough with that one there. That's got 180 degrees. And then we've got the 2 areas on the side. If I go and change them, at least one of them, to another impact assault blaster, we're now a fair way under. We're 20 under, which then allows me to go in and get the things like the iron shield and throw that one on. That takes me right to 600. 2 deal breaker beams. I'm not seeing the large Thuon beams there. I might just go again to all components and just have a look at the large Thuon beams and how big they actually are. They're a lot smaller than the deal breaker beams. The deal breaker beams actually do sort of like a bit less damage per second. These, why would I go that way when I've got these smaller impact assault blasters? I still want to have 1 deal breaker beam. I'll keep that at the front. It's just they do a lot of damage. That's the reason for them. It's only size 20. So these are really quite small for what they do. If I replace that, I'm going to have so much more space on the internals. Yep, Yep, so I've got heaps of space now. Yeah, so 1 deal breaker beam, 3 impact assault blasters, and a point defense weapon. And then I've got all this other space on here. So we can go back up the top and just go back to latest per category and family. I can throw a splinter pod on there if I wanted to, just so we can sort of do more capturing. The mega density, I'll just go back to all. Still got heaps of space. What does this one do? Size 20, so we're going to have to get rid of something else if we put this one on. Hyperdrive speed goes up by 10,000. The jump range goes up by 3M. The accuracy goes up as well. This will allow them to really come in close. So the skip drive is actually going to help get us away quickly. I think that's worth more than the splinter pods. So we've still got a little bit left over there, which means I might just put in a just go to the latest again. Latest per category and family, and I'll just get a thrust vector and throw them onto one of those. All right, that gets us close to where we need to be. Everything else is good, and so I'm happy with that. Got firepower. We've got a bit more protection. We've got jump spooling on this as well, which is going to then help with the speed of getting away if we have to. So this is actually, again, I quite like where we are here. So we'll just go and save and exit that one there. So that's all I really need to, just have a look at anything else that I've got set to manual. So just all the escorts. And really it's just the small troop transport, the invader transports that we've got. If I just go and have a quick look and see what this one's got. This one, we've got this one empty. There's really not a lot else I can do through here. The assault pod, yeah, doesn't really matter that much. We're not really using those assault pods. The assault pods are mainly to get things onto the planet. You know, that would actually be still helpful. I might just do I'll just cancel it and just do an upgrade on the, just an automatic one. It still kept everything where it was. So we've now just got the splinter pods in there. Everything else is just the way it was. So that's actually okay. I'll just go and save that one. Save and exit. All right, that just means that the reason for putting the splinter pods on is it just, particularly on a transport, they use those assault pods to actually land onto the planets. So more engines, like what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to maintain about the same speed with everything in the fleet, just so that they don't race ahead of each other. So yeah, more engines, I don't really want to do that on those sorts of ships. The speed in impulse, we've got advantages in hyperspace, but not in impulse. So I could actually try to load it up, but my smaller ships can't do it anyway. Like if we have a quick look at each one of those, like because they all work it together, like the destroyer, if we go and edit this one, we've then got the speed is 56, so it's just slow. So we've got slow impulse speed there. Actually the hyper speed, what's going on there? Geez, I'm glad we opened this up. We need to, we can't have that happen. This is actually, our energy is, we're draining too much energy. So I need to put another reactor in, the Nova Core. So we've still got the Nova Core reactor there. God, I'm glad we looked at that. That would have been a bit of a disaster. I better go and double check all of those things. I'll throw that one in there. We now have a defect. We're 15 over. The iron shield is 20. That then gets us back up to 607. I like the idea of having the like the better protection. The where is it? The skip drive. Where is the skip drive gone? This is the destroyer. Shields. I'm not seeing it there anymore. Oh, hang on, that's the old... Yeah, sorry, this is the very first drive, isn't it? Oh, yeah, no, forget that. God, what am I thinking? If I go back to latest per category and family, skip drive won't even show up. God, that was stupid. That was beyond stupid. All right, we've got the three mega densities there. So we needed to get the second reactor in. God, what was I thinking? That was just crazy. Anyway, yeah, put 2 hyperdrives on, so it's going to only just go with the most recent one. So with the splinter pods, I could put one of them on because I've got a little bit of... Actually, no, I'm right on the limits here. Right on the limits. It's funny, I thought that was just going to add to what we did. So with the Equinox hyperdrive here, have a core reactor. I don't think there's much else we can really do. I think I'll just leave that one where that is. So we don't have the iron shield on this one, but that's okay. So we'll save and exit, but at least we've sort of checked out what we actually had there. Just quickly have a look at this heavy escort again. And just, actually we didn't change that one, so we just left that one the way it was. Then the impact frigate through here, we'll just quickly go and have a quick look and just check and see. Yeah, it's getting close to the edge, but it's still fine. So the hyper speed is very, very fast on this particular one. That's all good, so we'll just go and save and exit that one. So that means that we now actually have a lot of upgrading that we need to then go and do. So we'll just go back out and where are we? We don't need that anymore. So with our fleets, we'll just go into the fleet templates and just have a quick look and see. So the attack fleets is just most of the fleets that we have. If we just go and edit that one, so it's got escort, latest design for the heavy escort, which means it's the new one. Destroyer, latest design for the largest hull for the role, which is fine, and the frigate, latest design for the hull frigate. Yep, so that's all okay. So we'll just update what it needs to do. So that's not a problem. There was a question I saw where people are actually were having troubles trying to use the automation. I always disable the trim excess ships just so I can actually overpower a fleet so that they can still sort of I can still keep them on automatic, but they won't shed off ships. They won't sort of get rid of them, which means I can sort of personalize, even though it's using this here, I can still personalize what's going to be going on. So I don't need to change anything there. I don't think any of these fleets, none of these fleets are going to be requiring anything. So I'm just going to go to, like some of the fleets just aren't in action, so we'll just go to the first fleet and just tell it to go and do a retrofit. We'll do the 5th fleet, which is back over here. Tell it to do a retrofit as well at Meson 1. The 4th fleet is our invasion fleet, so we'll just go to the 4th. It's sort of got like a fair few, like a little bit of infantry, a little bit of armour. Let's just go and do a retrofit there. The 6th fleet, I can now sort of start to sort of set these guys up. So 6th fleet is moving back. Home base is a Sail spaceport. I'll tell it to go back. Actually, it's going to retrofit at Nythos, so I don't want that to happen. The 3rd is going off to do its thing, so I'm not going to do that one. But all the others, the 7th fleet, I want to keep where it is for now. The 8th fleet will go and retrofit, and the that leaves the 6th fleet. No, the 2nd fleet. 2nd fleet is all over the place. So they're mainly in here. Yeah, I'll just tell them to retrofit at Nythos 1. That means the 6th fleet should go back home to retrofit. No, it still wants to go to Nythos. Look, that's okay, I think. Or I could just tell it to go back home and retrofit. We don't have any protection back here. I might do that, actually. Retrofit. Yeah, retrofitted a sail spaceport. So they're just going to go across there and do their retrofits. All right, so that's going to be fine. I'll just unpause. Once we actually do this raid, then the third fleet can then go back and retrofit as well. T5 Cats are saying, yeah, it was Stars back in the day. It was fun, but very primitive compared to things like this. Yes, that was, I love that game. It's funny, everyone else was playing, at that point in time, everyone else was playing Master of Orion by that stage. They came out, I think, in 94, 95 or something. Like, it was actually pretty early on, Stars. But that was a great game. God, that was good. I preferred that than Master of Orion. Now, we do actually have a station that is out here, over here. And so I'm going to accept this. I'm hoping to be out of this fight fairly fast, to be honest. Just going to put the pressure on and then sort of leave. They're automatically going off to retrofit as well. Ah, where's Montmorency? Way over there, too far away. Oh, just looking at the time, I'm going to have to get going. I think what we'll do is we'll just get this set up so we end up bouncing in. That'll be the carrier coming in initially. Just go back to the third again. They've now got all of their boarding assault strength again. So these won't be retrofitted while we're just doing this attack, and then we'll send them back off for retrofitting somewhere else. So the goal here is to cause as much strife in here as possible. And get this war score up so we can get out of this war fairly fast. I don't really want to be in this war. What I might do is I might just save the game again, and I'm going to go and put myself in the small craft have actually just come out here. Like, this shouldn't really be a big problem. Let's go with one of the bombers. And and we can then just go to Shift B and look at it from the bridge. So we're now going to be we'll fly up against this particular one with the bomber and just see where the bombers actually go. So we'll just unpause. So we'll just sort of get a bit of a 3D. I can't scroll around or do anything like that. All I can do is just see the perspective of this particular bomber. There we go. There's more small craft, just their interceptors off to the side. Something's blasting away. I'm not sure what they're blasting at. Oh no, they're Gizarian ships. So we're blasting into the Gizarians. So they've come in with some sort of defense group. So again, it's sometimes the graphics go a bit funny with this one through here. So the bombers will be attacking different things. We haven't fired yet. We've taken a little bit of damage to our shield. There we go, we've blown up a ship, that's all the debris. The reason I save is because sometimes terrible things happen in this sort of phase, and you think, oh, geez, I've lost the carrier or something like that. The shields are coming back up again. So we still have enemy ships coming in. You wish they'd do more with this mode, this bridge mode. There's Shift T as well. If I select the ship, Shift B and Shift T. Yeah, we're not going to see it, I don't think. I'm not sure where it's going. So again, I would love to be able to turn around. Oh, here we go. So Desmatic saying, I cut my teeth on Trade Wars 2002, but Stars was great fun. Yeah, I didn't actually, I don't know Trade Wars, but yeah, Stars I really, really enjoyed. I mean, that was multiplayer and everything. Really, that was a spreadsheet game. Like, people say that Distant Worlds is, or Distant Worlds 1, people accused of being a spreadsheet game. I guess a bit like, what's that game? There's another one that's still around, actually, which is definitely a spreadsheet game, a space one. Yeah, open source. I can't think of what the name is. Which is, again, pretty cool. Actually, we're not sort of seeing much here. We're back up to full strength. I think we're going off to attack something else with this particular one. I'll just escape back from... We'll just do a top-down view. Oh, there they go. They're attacking this thing. I'll just go back again and just go Shift B again. Still not seeing what this one's firing at. The others are all interacting with other things, but not this particular ship. I can hear stuff. I just can't see anything. Anyway, we'll just go back out to top view and then press tab, and then we'll just... Yeah, so that's the ship we're looking at. So it's looking over here all the time. These other ones are firing on it. If we go and grab one of these other ones... Oops, hang on, where are we? Stuck with the limits there. So they're all tackling this particular one. Anyway, they're moving off. What they're up to. There's the big carrier again. Look at number 2 again. Yeah, we did take damage there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to... sorry, that's the second defence force. This is the third. Now, we're still actually okay here. Nothing really has changed. So we've taken out that particular world. Actually, no, we've actually... I'm going to go and try to build it. We destroyed that one, unfortunately. Now we have, except War Mission Destroy, valuable enemy facility. This is going to be the armor barracks on Anna 3. Can't do that one. Too difficult for us. And we are moving back off there. I think what I'll just do is I'll just get the third. I'll just go Shift Q just to get it around to the north again. So we're sort of looking at it from the north's perspective. And we'll just go literally around and destroy everything in this system. So I'm just going to put this one up to raid initially. And it will then just go off and raid pretty much anything. Like, while it's in the system, it will just do its own job here and just kill off as much as it possibly can. It's now going off to attack the spaceport. Actually, I might just get everyone to do that because that's a good thing for us to do. Might as well watch this one go in. Yeah, Aurora 4X, there we go. Yeah, Kelrash, thank you for that. Oh, now in the Draconeer system. I think whatever it was, we've pushed them away. Now this is the 7th. Now the 7th went off for retrofitting. These are now Destroyer version 5, so we now actually have our new versions back in through there. 6th Fleet? What's the 6th Fleet doing? I must have misclicked on something there. Just tell him to go back and retrofit at Nythos 1. And this particular group, the 3rd, I'll just let them come on in. And then I'll call it quits as we start this attack, I think. All right, that looks like a good screenshot for next week, I think. The Gizerian spaceport, so we'll end up going that way. So I'll make that the screen grab for next week's. Now they're offering to end the war. Now that's I'm going to probably accept that, but we don't know that just yet. So DasTactic saying Trade Wars was an old BBS door game. Came out in 1986 or so. One of the first multiplayer space games. Okay, yeah, that's pretty cool. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there. So thanks for watching, and yeah, I don't know if I guess we might as well accept it. Actually, I might as well accept it now, I guess. It's such a nice screenshot, that one. Like for the next phase, like with his whole fleet. But yeah, I will accept it. I will accept the treaty now, and dismiss that one through there. I'll just leave it here anyway. I don't think there's anything else we're really looking at with this one, so I'll just keep these ships flying through the system, but we will need to send them back off. So the third, I'll just tell them to go and retrofit at Nythos 1 as well. So that at least they'll be sort of moving back in. Anyway, guys, going to leave it there. So thanks for watching, and I'll be back tomorrow, where we should be playing some Menace with the launch of Menace. So I will have that on my page, what's it called? Nexus page, nexus.gg/DasTactic. If you're watching on YouTube, there's a link in the description. I think there's a link somewhere on Twitch as well. Anyway, that's going to be, I think there's a bit of a deal as well, I believe, tomorrow, like with the launch of Menace. It's going to be a big game for this year. So anyway, that's looking forward to playing more of that. And anyway, I'll leave it there, guys. Thanks for watching.